Well, hello and welcome to spring 2024. And as you can hear by the girls, my chicken eggs are happily coming. I thought I would do a tour now while things are just waking up so that we can see the progress throughout time. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do the ugly garden first. That way we see how beautiful it turns out later. These were the daffodils I planted when we first moved in, and I'm happy to say they're starting to flower, and boy, they have spread. So I'll be able to, if I feel like it, I'll be able to spread some of those out. And those ended up being too short, and we can't find a way to attach those safely, so I think we're gonna put those somewhere else and see if we can find some longer ones. My little garden assistant is here to help with the tour. I planted artichokes. I actually started them from seed last year. Come over here. And this was one that looked like it was doing pretty good. So I put that fence and some straw around it to see if I could overwinter it. And I just took them off yesterday. I see absolutely no growth, and it was very cold and wet down there. So I'm not holding my breath on that. But I don't know how I'm going to get any artichokes if I can't get them past one season. I planted 5 different varieties, 6 each, so all 30 of my garlic are happily coming up. And the girls are going through the straw that I threw in there yesterday. They always love it when I'm cleaning because they get all the goodies. Let's see, the apothecary is looking good. That was, if I remember correctly, is motherwort, and it was already with the garden. So I just let that go because this was the apothecary area. This was lemon verbena. I was hoping it would overwinter. I am not seeing any growth, so I'm not holding my breath on that either. That might be a replant every year. I planted 4 different mints out here, and I sunk them in buckets. I might have to move them because I think they're kind of close together, but I just want to get them in the ground for the winter, and they're all coming up happily. I've got thyme over here, and it is growing. Pulled up my couple of my decorations yesterday. I think I'm going to hang this on the gate. This one was a hydrangea, and it was actually planted outside of the garden shed that we took down, and the deer kept eating it, but it was trying to grow back, so I thought I'd transplant it out here and see if it actually grows. We'll see what happens. My walking onions are looking very happy. I'm excited to have those because I've been wanting to grow those, and I finally found some. My German chamomile is all growing, so I'm holding my breath that I will get flowers this year and have a first cup of fresh tea. Busted out my flower. I started busting out decorations yesterday. It was really nice yesterday. I spent quite a bit of time out here. The natural, what do you want to call that? Oh, look, there's a bird over there right now enjoying it. See, I made this for water for the birds and wildlife, and let's see if we can zoom in. Kind of happy to actually see someone hanging out there. Probably trying to stay out of the wind because it's kind of cold today. So we had a tree taken down, sidetracking because I'm seeing the mess over there. We had a tree taken down that was aimed towards the chicken coop, and I was worried about it. So you can see the stump right there, but we still have to get out here and get all that taken care of. I transplanted the hubby's horseradish over here, and unfortunately the peacocks kept getting in here, and apparently they like horseradish, so they kept eating it. I know horseradish is pretty darn strong and sturdy, so we will see if anything actually comes up, and I might have to cage that to keep the peacocks away. The compost bin, this is all from last year, so I should be able to sift through that and use it around the garden. I got some sunchokes from a friend, so I got those planted over here. I thought it would be kind of fun in this little corner. Put my other flower up. I put the bird bath up yesterday. This is one of the 2 trumpet vines I planted, which I'm very sad because it's supposed to be, deer proof or deer resistant, as they put it. But the deer liked new growth, and they kept reaching through the fence and eating it, so they didn't really give that plant a chance to get established. So I'm not too sure if it's going to make it, but what I did was I took the tree branches from the tree we just had taken down and tried to make a little natural barrier on the outside to keep the deer away, so if it does grow, maybe it'll actually get a chance to grow. The apple tree We had a couple of false spring starts here this year. It was really weird, but my apple tree actually started growing, but then we ended up having a couple freezes. So I'm not hopeful that I'll actually get apples this year, but as long as it survives, I'll be happy with that. My daffodils over here are starting to come up. And I actually made guilds. So what I did was I planted clover. So those are nitrogen fixers. And then I planted the daffodils. And everything that you plant around your apple tree is either supposed to attract pollinators or detract, you know, certain insects, etc. So they all have a little job to do. This is the second trumpet vine. And the goal, and I think I mentioned it last year, the goal was to have the trumpet vine cover this fence so that we don't see the neighbors' construction, and it maybe helps keep all the dust down when they are doing construction. My other flower. Let's see. Got a lavender I actually started from seed last year, and it overwintered and it looks like it's going to survive. I'm pretty happy about that. This is my pear tree that I planted last year, and I'm hoping it'll do good. It did not grow hardly at all last year. I got a handful of leaves and that was about it. So we'll see what happens this year. Again, I got the pear tree guild. I've got the nitrogen fixers. I've got the cloves. I've got chives. I transplanted some comfrey over here and it's actually starting to grow. So I'm happy about that. I actually found this last year, which I was kind of interested, that is a wild sage. So we'll see how that does. I don't know 100%. I've never seen it before, but I thought maybe my sage had escaped, and then I realized that it wasn't the same sage, so I transplanted it to see what happens. This is the asparagus bed. Here is, I started planting on this one. I planted some painted lady beans here, and then some carrots there. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other side yet. And then I've got my sage from last year. And then these are, that's the lavender that's doing good. These are golden raspberries, and they're doing really good. Last year, my corn patch was there, and it actually did really good, but because I'm redoing the garden, everything's moving. And then also, that fence was along that fence, but we'll get over that side. Let's see, I'm actually digging this up. Hopefully this is going to be my new corn patch. I still need to get out here and work on that. That is now the snow pea trellis. So I've got two different types of snow peas planted on there. And another lavender, which is doing good. A couple of my lavenders did good, a couple didn't. I have the tarps down to help warm up the ground. I've got a lot of tomatoes and peppers and etc. that I need to plant. And then what I did was I transplanted. I had strawberries, and then I widened the bed a little bit, so this little section was bigger. And then these are all the different berries. I decided to put all the berries up along the fence here, and they're all growing. They're all waking up, doing well. Well, except for that one, but that's okay because that was a wild volunteer. It was just an example. So I'm looking forward to watching the garden grow this year. That's about it. Thought I would share an ugly beginning of the year video instead of a look how lush and green it is. All right, that's it. Take care. Talk to you soon.